What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new TV show review. And today I'm doing my TV show review on Spider-Noir with no spoilers. So here are my overall thoughts about the series. I thought it was awesome. I remember how good this show really was. I had a good time watching it since I totally adore all the episodes, but I just thought that it was a very huge blast in my opinion. So I heard like some good things that people said about the series, and I don't blame them, but I just totally had a fun time watching it. So it already streamed on Amazon Prime Video on May 27th, 2026, which is last month. So I already watched all 8 episodes twice in 2 weeks. So even though the reason why I said that is because I was asleep while I was watching some of the episodes. I did rewatch them all over again just in case if I remember every like scene from the series itself for each of the episodes. There are a total of 8 episodes for the show itself. Well, even though that is just how the whole thing is with the whole storyboard for each one, but still, I just totally adore it. And by the way, you can watch the show in two different ways. So you can watch it in black and white or in color. But for me, I just watched it in black and white so I could get like the tone of the series itself because I honestly wanted to watch it black and white because I just like it how it really is right here. But if you guys wanted to watch the series in color, then feel free to. But you could just pick whatever version of the series you want to, black and white or in color. For the cast members, we get to see Nicolas Cage as Ben Riley, aka Spider Noir himself, the main character of the series. I remember that he did a very great job playing as Spider Noir in the show itself. Well, I still remember that he voiced the character in Spider Man Into the Spider Verse in 2018, since he still crushed it with that voice role for the character. Since I can't wait to see him as the character again in Beyond the Spider Verse next summer. But still, as the live action version, he just really did an outstanding job playing as him. Since I'm glad we get to see some new Spider characters in live action forms, because that is all I wanted for the lineup itself. But still, Nicholas still did a great job playing as Ben slash Spider Noir, since he really nailed the quality for the character. I love his acting performance for him. He just did a very great job playing as the main character of the series. And as for the rest of the characters, we get to see Ling Ling as Felicia Hardy. I thought she did a very good job playing as Felicia in the show, since I loved the great scenes between her and Ben. So yeah, I just really loved the great quality for her, since I thought Lee did an amazing job playing as Felicia Hardy in the episodes for the series itself. And we get to see Tombstone played by Abraham Papola. I thought he did a great job playing as Tombstone in some of the episodes for the series itself. He totally crushed it as Tombstone. So yeah, I just really love the great scenes for him and also the quality for him. He just really did a great job playing as Tombstone in the show. And we get to see Jack Hudson as Sandman. So I thought Jack did a good job playing as Sandman in the show itself. But I just really loved the cool scenes with him. So his acting for Sandman was phenomenal to me, in my opinion. So I thought Jack did a nice job playing as Sandman in the show itself. And we get to see like the other characters like Brandon Gleason as Silvermane. I thought he did a good job playing as Silvermane in the show right here, since I wanted to know who the character is. But to be honest, he did a good job playing as Silvermane in the series too, which is pretty good. And we get to see Lamar Morris as Robbie Roberts. So for his character, still did a great job playing as him, since I thought Lamar did a good job playing as Robbie in the show right here, since I love the good scenes between him, Felicia, and Ben, and also just the two of them itself, which is him and Ben Riley. So yeah, I just really dig that for him, since very great cast members, especially Nicolas Cage as the main character himself, which is Spider Noir. So yeah, very great actors right here. And I'm glad we get to see Tombstone and Sandman in the show, since we did see them in the trailers right here. And I'm glad we get to see Electro too. So yeah, very awesome how they added Electro too. So I'm glad we get to see the different variants of those classic Spider-Man villains in the series itself. So I totally did the quality for all the characters right here, since I love the great moments between Robbie, Ben, and Felicia. So yeah, I just really love those scenes right here between those characters, and I totally dig the action scenes right here. Since I love the scenes with the web swinging parts for Spider Noir, and I heard that he did use the black web. Since I thought he's gonna use the classic webs, like how some of the Spider people are, especially Spider Man himself. But no, it's like the black web, since I always keep imagining them as Venom. So yeah, that is just pretty cool in my opinion. But like I said, I mostly watch all 8 of the episodes in black and white because I just wanted to get into that physique for the character himself. But like I said, if you guys wanted to watch it in that way, as I mentioned, or in color, feel free if you wanted to, just in case if you guys have like a Amazon Prime account so you can watch all 8 episodes like I did. So now I'm trying to remember everything I just watched, even though I already watched all of the episodes since in 2 weeks right now. But yeah, I just really love all the cool fighting scenes between Electro, Sandman, and Tombstone right here. That is just pretty good. And some of the scenes are pretty terrifying, especially Man Spider. So when I first saw Man Spider in one of the other episodes for later in the series, he just gave me the freaking creeps, man, because I like how his face is like halfly normal and halfly mutated with all like some of the 8 eyes right here. Well, just like three of them. Actually, no, just six, but whatever. But still, he just gives me the freaking creeps in my opinion, because that's like the scene where how Ben got his spider powers from one of the later episodes in my opinion, and that's how like he became Spider-Noir, because he discovers like his spider powers just like how some of the other spider heroes do. But yeah, I just totally did like all the action scenes, especially that car chase scene, like how we've seen like some of the footage of it from the previous trailers for the series itself. And I just love the bar fight scene too, because that's just pretty cool how we get to see all that action packed scenes in the bar battle, or the bar fight scene if you want to call it. But still, I just totally dig that right here for the scene itself. I just totally dig those scenes, especially the battle between Electro, Sandman, and Tombstone. So, yeah, I just totally dig all that for these episodes, in my opinion. So, yeah, I just really adore that. And, yeah, I just really love like some of the good scenes right here, since I love how they use the visual effects and also like some of the special effects too for all the episodes. And yeah, I just totally dig that. Well, some parts of it have a little issues, like for one of the scenes, like how some parts are a little bit off. Well, not as much, but just a bit. But still, at least some parts of it are very nice to me, in my opinion. So I just totally dig that. And I just love how they add like some of the flashback scenes for Ben Riley and his loved, well, like, yeah, like his beloved, which is like his girlfriend. Well, I don't want to spoil a thing, just in case if you guys haven't seen the full series or some parts of it, like some of the episodes. But still, I just totally dig that right here. And I love like the costume designs for the characters, especially the Spider-Noir suit. I just thought it looks pretty good. And honestly, I love like the funny scene where Ben is in his office wearing his Spider-Noir goggles, and like I think Robbie was turning the lights off and then he turned the goggles on. I thought it was pretty funny. And same thing with the scene where he says he beat up some guys in a bar. So yeah, that is just pretty funny, like how we get to see those scenes from the previous trailers. And I also love the soundtracks for the show itself. I thought the original score for the series is just wonderful. I just totally dig that for the series itself, and I really adore it, since I love all the great songs for the series itself, which I totally adore. So yeah, very great musical score for the series itself, especially some of the great songs that I've listened to before. The theme song was pretty great in my opinion, but yeah, I just totally dig that too. And I also dig like the final battle scene from the season finale itself, which is the eighth and final season between like Electro and Salmon, I think. Well, again, just bear with me. It has been 2 weeks since I've I watched the episodes 2 times already. Because, like I said, I was asleep while I was watching them, but I did rewatch them again just in case if I remember the whole thing itself, because I was easily knocked out. But still, I just totally did the final battle, and I was worried that how like Spider Noir is gonna lose the fight, but it turns out he just got up and won the battle. But still, I really adored the fight scenes right here. Well, I didn't mean to spoil just a bit of it, but the rest I don't want to spoil too much. Well, even though the show already streamed on Prime Video last month, but just in case. But yeah, I just really dig all the cool scenes right here. I honestly love the web swinging footage. I thought they did an outstanding job with that, because I totally love like the cool views and also everything else with the shots. They just nailed it. I just noticed that they did an outstanding job with the web swinging footage right here. The shots itself, well, themselves is what I meant to say. But yeah, I just really dig that since they totally crushed it with it, and I'm just very impressed by it. So yeah, I just really did like the visual effects and also like the special effects too. And also I love how they crushed it with some like the terrifying scenes, especially the man spider one, because that just gives me the creeps. And I was like, no thank you. I'd rather stay away from him because yeah, like I said, he gives me the freaking creeps, man, because of his face and half of his mutation. But I was like, that's just in a nastier way. That's just gruesome. But yeah, I just really love the little introduction for him overall, to be honest. And they did like nail the makeup design for Man Spider, which I totally adore, and also some of the other characters too. So I totally did like the makeup design for each of the characters for the series itself. And yeah, I just really love the storyboard itself. To be honest, it is pretty good since they did a very great job nailing the storyboard for each of the episodes, and still wish they could make more than 8 episodes, but again, that's just how the whole thing really is. But still, I just totally dig everything else for the show itself, and I hope they will make a second season probably next year, because this show deserves a second season, because I really had a fun time watching it, and like I said, I'm very happy that we get some new projects for the different Spider-Verse characters, because I really want that to happen, and it would have been awesome if they done that for the MCU too, because I would love that to happen. Well, even though they're part of Sony, but still, I really want that to happen in the future. But again, hopefully they will make a second season for the show, because this series deserves a second season, because season one, double thumbs up, and I just really adored it since they really know the quality, the cast members, and also everything else, and even the original score slash soundtrack too. But still, I just really adored that, and I thought it was a lot of fun in my opinion. So I totally dig the fight scenes as usual, because I'm a real sucker for them as always. But yeah, this was a very great series, and hopefully they will do a second season. Well, maybe it's just like a own series. Well, I wanted them to make a second season. Hopefully they could start filming that later this year, because I wanted that to happen next year. Hopefully they will stream it next year in 2027, like next May. But still, I just had a good time watching the series, and once again, Nicolas Cage still crushed as Spider-Noir, just like how he did in the Into the Spider-Verse film. But I'm glad we get to see some of the spider heroes in their live action version, because like I said, I still wanted that to happen, and hopefully they will do like the same thing with Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, and some of the other characters, because I'll be very excited if that actually happens soon. But anywho, this just what I meant to say was this series was very awesome. It was super good, and I just totally loved all the episodes. And yeah, it was just very amazing to me in my opinion. So I don't have anything else to say about it. I just thought the show was so good, and I just totally adored it for the lineup itself. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you later.